Today's episode is sponsored by the beginning of the year, 2023. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are a week late from what we said we would be.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? It's okay because nobody's paying us to do this.
So really, it's your problem. If you were to give us money,
Right.
then
We would
we'd
be
be
on
on
time.
time. Yeah.
So it's everybody else's fault. Happy New Year.
Happy
Yay,
New Year.
2023. It's Adrian and Julie here. Me Chisme, your number one source for chisme on the internet. Julie, how are you?
Adrian,
It's been what, 3 weeks since we
I
were
think so.
what? I mean, what, you've gotten married, had kids, started a family? What's happening? What is going
I'm
on?
pregnant. No,
No.
imagine.
Oh
Could
my
you
God.
imagine?
Could you imagine? Everybody at home would freak out because they know it's a lifelong dream of yours.
Yeah, they would for sure freak out for probably for multiple reasons. Not pregnant. Not
No.
pregnant. Not even trying to get pregnant. There's nothing in the horizon. We're just lonely. Nothing, honestly though, nothing is up. I've just been, it's the same shit, different day, just
Right.
a new year,
A new
basically.
number to write at the end of the day.
Yeah. And
That's all it
honestly,
is.
more often than not, do I forget and write 22 still? So
It's okay. We're only 12 days into the new year, so you are still within the limits.
thank you.
But starting next week,
Yeah.
you gotta get your shit together.
Yeah. It's
Get
going to be
it
a problem.
together.
Yeah. I'll be judged.
Yes, you will.
Yeah.
Yes, you will. Okay, well, listen, I'm going to start this off with a big announcement because
Oh my God.
who doesn't love a big announcement, right? Do you love a big announcement?
I love a big announcement.
Personally,
I don't know where Adrian is going with this, but I'm very excited.
I'm pregnant.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew
I'm
it because
just
you're
kidding.
glowing.
Oh my God, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Well, speaking of, you say I'm glowing. Now
Mhm.
everyone at home will have the opportunity to see what we look like. Because starting with this episode, you'll be able
Yeah.
to watch Yumi and Chisme on YouTube.
Yeah.
Cue the applause and the cheering.
Ah, yay.
What hasn't changed is that we don't have a producer. So everybody says they want to be our producer, but nobody
Yeah.
shows up to the meetings or to the recordings.
Yeah.
So all of you are fake as far as I'm concerned. But yes,
Yeah.
you can now watch us on YouTube. Did it take me a while to figure it out? Absolutely.
But you are amazing and you did it.
I figured it out. Yes.
Yeah.
So not only can you listen to us, now you can watch us for
Wow.
free, by the way. All of this is
Wow.
free.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
Premium content. And guess what?
Yeah.
Netflix can't cancel us.
No.
So
No, they
the only
can't.
people who can cancel us are ourselves. And
Yeah.
that, ladies and gentlemen, is the lesson for 2023. Only
Love
you
that.
can cancel
Yeah.
yourself. Take that with you wherever you may go.
Yeah.
Listen, if the YouTube thing actually doesn't work out, then I'll just cut this whole thing out.
Why wouldn't it work out?
I don't know. I'm scared about technology. Are you not? Like,
No,
technology scares me, and so sometimes I'm like, what if it doesn't work?
absolutely. But I believe in you. You did it once already
I
and
did.
you succeeded. And I think that this is going to work. We are going to be watched by people. And
I
I
have
bet they're
this.
all dying to watch us.
I cannot. I mean, pins and needles. Everybody has been waiting. Also, well, I'll save that for later. But I did add this beautiful snake plant here that everybody can now see on YouTube.
It's beautiful. It is beautiful. Now everyone can see my graphic
And now
t-shirts.
everybody. So tell us what graphic T-shirt you're wearing, Julie.
I am wearing the Golden Globe winner, Colin the Farrell, on my shirt. Looking gorgeous as ever. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. You guys, I hope you're
What is
clicking
the
over
one
to
with the
YouTube.
long hair?
Um, I forgot which movie. I think he had his hair like this in Miami Vice.
He was in Miami Vice?
Yeah, in the newer one, obviously.
Wait, did you design this t-shirt?
I didn't. This was already available on Etsy. Etsy is they're getting with it with the Colin Farrell love. Yeah,
Interesting.
months ago you searched Colin Farrell t-shirt on Etsy, nothing. I had to design my I had to design my own. Okay, now you search Colin Farrell t-shirt options,
Wow.
options.
They
Yeah.
missed the opportunity to put him from that Batman movie because now
Yeah.
that was a look. What did he
That
plays the
was a feast for
penguin?
the eyes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh
yes.
man, I was so excited I forgot to write down what time we started recording. I'm gonna make an assumption here.
So sorry.
Okay. I don't want us to go too overtime.
Right.
This is a real serious production here, everyone. We're very excited to be back. Julie, the people want
Yeah.
to know, how was your holiday vacation? Did you do anything exciting?
I did not. I didn't. I just spent time with family, zero drama, good vibes. It was a
Okay.
good time for everyone. Um, I was gonna say the sad thing, but I was like, well, this is a weird way to say it. But sorry, I'm not perfect. Um, my grandma did die. So
Don't
I'm
laugh.
laughing. I'm laughing just because I'm awkward, not because I'm happy about
Right.
it.
And I'm
Um,
laughing because you make me laugh.
right, right. We're just humans. We're not perfect.
No.
Yes, my grandma, my okay, stop. Let's take a moment. My grandma did pass away. On New Year's Day, we found out that my grandma had passed. She had been sick for a while, so we saw this coming. Um, it's still sad. She was 89. Um, she was in Mexico and I'm here. So I feel like there's like a level of grief that I haven't fully processed yet. And I don't think I probably will until like I go to Mexico and then I'll really feel the weight of her being gone. Um, but we're okay because she was in a lot of pain and she was suffering. And I think this is what was necessary. That sounds weird, but she was in a lot of pain. So as a family, we're getting through it. Is there already drama over things that were hers?
Yes.
Absolutely. Which is unfortunate, but you know what? Not my business, not my problem. I just get the chisme. But we're here and we had a bumpy start for the beginning of the year. My mom left to Mexico and I had to care for people who weren't me.
Mm,
And that no one prepares you for that.
let's talk
Okay.
about that. Let's
I
talk
had
about
to
that.
care for two turtles,
Oh,
two
what?
dogs.
You
Wait.
guys have turtles?
Yeah, we do. We have two aquatic turtles.
What is
Paco
an
and
aquatic turtle?
they're water turtles. They live in the water.
I don't even know what that means.
What do you
Oh,
mean? They live in the
wait,
water.
sorry. What I meant to say is, don't all turtles live in water? I don't get it.
No, there's like well, I guess because the other ones are called like a tortoise. Tortoise? Words. Words are still hard in
You're
2023.
telling me that there are turtles that don't live in water?
I mean,
I
now
guess.
that we're discussing it, who the fuck knows?
Wait, now I'm starting to doubt myself. Did I know that there were turtles that didn't live in water?
Well, I guess the land turtles, would they not be called a tortoise?
I don't know.
Look, if you are watching us on YouTube, you get to see the intricacies of the confusion in our faces. And that, I think, is a gift to all of you. You're welcome.
If you're new here, you should know.
We don't know anything.
Were
Straight out. Just
you
you need to know right off the bat.
This is not where you come for academics,
No,
okay?
no.
Not at all.
Knowledge, not here. I
Knowledge
don't
about
know.
certain things, Colin Farrell being one of them.
Right.
Um,
Absolutely.
but knowledge about anything else,
No,
don't look for it here. Okay.
no, no.
Okay. Well, great to hear, Julie. No, sorry, not great to
What?
hear. You're talking about your dead grandmother. I'm so sorry.
Right, right.
I was
Yeah,
so wrapped up in the turtles. Oh my gosh. The
that's
turtles,
horrible.
two turtles,
Right.
two
The
dogs.
the turtles, the dogs, the bird. It's a zoo over there. Okay. They're all thriving still
Mhm.
somehow.
Okay.
And I did also take care of humans, which was my niece and my nephew, who my mom usually cares for, but she had to, go to Mexico. And let me tell you something about kids. Let me tell you something about kids.
I mean, don't get me started on them.
The energy, the
Oh,
questions, the inquiry, the need for attention. I love my niece more than life itself. I would chop my arm and give it to her if she asked me to. At one point, I was like, do you want to run away? Like, what do you want? Please, you're wearing me down. All the questions. Yeah. Like, oh, she has a new puppy. She has
hmm
a new puppy. Okay. So I also had to care for the new puppy, guys. So pray for me. And she has a new puppy, but she's very concerned about whether our puppy that passed, Lady, is upset about this. So constant questions about, okay, do you think Lady is upset that I carry Bella in the living room where I used to
what?
carry Lady?
What
Uh-huh.
a thoughtful question to ask at 6 years old.
Sure, sure, sure.
But
But
what a
it's all
difficult
the time.
question to
What do
answer.
I say? And I'm just like, no, Lady loves you. She loves you. She wants you to be happy. She knows that you love her. She feels that you love her.
hmm
Also, the living room was Lady's space in our
hmm
house. The husky didn't go in there. It was just Lady. We try to do that with the puppy. Put it in the living room. Give that its space. That bitch will not be happy in the living room. She yelps, she cries, she screams. It's a whole thing. Anywhere else you put her, she's having a blasty blast. She's like, look at this ginormous house. I mean, she's tiny. She feels like she's in a fucking field. And so my mother is convinced that Lady is haunting our living room. And Lady does not let Bella be in the living room because the living room was hers. So she's not
Right.
going to let a new dog in there. So my mom is saying these things. So now Sophia is like, why doesn't Lady like Bella? Why doesn't Lady
Right.
want to be around Bella? And I'm like, well, Lady she was a diva. She liked her space. She didn't like other dogs. She barely liked people, babe.
Right.
We barely made the cut. So it's just what it is. And so a lot of questions I don't, but the first thing, so the day we found out, Sophia's always with us. I
hmm
mean, if there's a story to be told, my niece is with us in that
hmm
moment. The day we found out about my grandma, my mom was very upset, obviously. And
hmm
Sophia was in the kitchen and I went to the bedroom with my mom to comfort her.
hmm
Sophia came in. The very first thing out of her mouth, this 6-year-old child. And
hmm
I know sometimes people are like, my kid said this, and everyone was like, okay, bullshit. No, she didn't. I swear to you, this child turns to my mom and says, well, now Lady has someone to be with. She can be with your mom.
Oh, that's
Now they're
so.
together. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's very cute.
So
No,
I still love her.
this young lady is going to be something special.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
mean, incredible. On the other hand, my nephews are like, I don't know, running around in dirt. I'm just kidding. They're actually very smart and introspective themselves. Okay. They have my blood running through them. So how could they not?
Right.
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 Right. Okay. Well, Julie, all the love to you and your family and
Thank
your
you.
mom.
Thank
Um,
you.
yes, I am positive that your grandmother is somehow watching us. She may not
Right.
understand what the hell's going on,
Yeah,
but
absolutely not. But she knows
but
we're
she
good.
knows that you're happy,
Yeah.
and that's what matters.
Right.
So, cheers to that.
Thank you. How are
Um,
you? How are you? How was your
oh my
break?
god.
What are
Me?
you up to? Yes,
Thank you for
you,
asking,
Adrian. The
Julie.
people are dying to know.
Are they?
They're on the edge of their seats as we speak.
I highly doubt it, but thank you. My holiday was great. There was a full week of no work, which was
Mm,
amazing.
yeah.
I spent some time at my parents' house, almost a week, which was um it was
Mm.
it was quiet. It was quiet.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good. It
Lucky.
was good. We don't, there's no kids in my parents' house,
Right.
unless my brother, my sister, and their kids come over, and
Hmm.
then it gets unquiet. But the great part is that they get to go home to their homes,
Right.
because let me tell you, there's never a moment of silence.
Oh, don't
and
I know it?
and as somebody who, when they get home from work, likes to sit in silence,
Yeah.
um it's a lot. It's a lot.
Right.
But
Right.
whatever. Other than that, I'm good. 2023 for me personally has been a great start.
Mm,
I'm very excited. I'm very trying to stay positive about 2023.
mm,
I'm
mm-hmm.
trying to I'm trying to remain optimistic. And so far,
Okay.
so good. So far, so
Love that.
good. Is that the right
Hmm.
saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So far, so good. Yeah. Sometimes I don't speak certain things a lot, and I forget if that's the correct way
Totally.
to say it.
Totally.
Listen, let me tell you what I'm really excited about. At
Okay.
work today, there was cake, and I came home
Mm.
with 2 pieces of cake, and I cannot
Oh,
wait to get
fuck
stoned
yeah.
and eat those 2 pieces of cake
Oh my
tonight.
God, that's gonna be amazing.
Uh, anyways,
Wow.
I'm excited. Those are the things that bring me joy. Okay, let's get down to business because if you're new here, we have this thing called fan mail, and it would not be a Yumi and Chisme episode. Season, I never looked it up. Is it season 3? Is it season 4? I don't know. I'll tell you next
Who
week.
knows, but it's new. Who knows, but it is a new season.
I don't know. But here's the thing. Um, we invite you all to send us fan mail, questions, comments, concerns, inquiries, whatever it is that you may want to do. A shout out, that's totally fine. Send us a voice memo on Instagram and we'll play it on air. And so we're going to start with 2. We're starting off big this year.
Wow.
Okay. So big budget production that we have here. Hit the theme song. It's time for fan mail. That is my impression of an air horn.
Oh, the joy that brings me.
Thank you, Julie. That means a lot. Okay,
Mm.
we're going to start off with some fan mail, shall we?
Okay.
Here we go.
Hi, Adrian and Julie. Happy New Year. So excited that you all are back and can't wait to hear the newest episode. Also, want to apologize for my actions and putting you both on the spot last year and following up on 2022 goals. I've turned a new leaf. 2023 is all about not holding your friends accountable. So excited for that. But I really want to know for 2023 from both of you what's in and what's out. You've seen these Twitter lists of hypotheticals that I think are just ridiculous and hilarious. And so I want to know from both of you, because I trust your opinions more than anyone else. What's in, what's out? What predictions do we have for 2023 as it relates to pop culture? But love you guys. Can't wait to have you back.
Okay, Jaime,
Wow.
you want to know what's in? How about you mind your own fucking business? How about that? I'm just kidding. Jaime, my best friend and roommate, who called us out last year, last
Yeah.
episode, because he wanted to know if we had done certain things that we said that we were going to do, and apparently we hadn't. So
Hmm.
funny how he didn't answer the question about what his goals were. I'm
Isn't that
pretty sure we
interesting?
asked.
Yeah,
Anyways,
interesting. Wow.
just kidding, Jaime. Thank you so much for submitting fan mail, Jaime. Julie, what is in and what is out?
Ooh, I'm going to tell you right now, I have put zero thought into this. So here we go, off the top of my head.
This is the first time Julie's heard this, by the way. So if she
Yeah.
comes out with something gold, I mean, incredible.
Don't hold your breath. You'll die. So, what is in and what is out? What is out? I really have put zero thought in. I have no idea. Jaime, again, look, I know you didn't mean to, but you're putting us on the spot, my man.
Julie, you get paid the big bucks to do this. Come on.
Apparently. Okay, what is in? I'm gonna say, you know what is out? I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna hope, reimagining of things. What the
Remakes.
show remakes. That's the fucking word I was looking
Get
for.
the remakes out of here.
Remakes. No, I think we're gonna phase out of them, at least for a bit. At least for a bit. I'm not saying no sequels or nothing in relation, but I think remakes. I think this 2022 was such a good year for film and television. Such a good year. And original works. It was all original works. So I think we're gonna get some weighty shit now, some money behind some original works, hopefully, fingers crossed. I'm hoping that is a thing that is in.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
In award shows not having unconventional setups or seating because of the pandemic, we're going back to tightly squeezed spaces.
Okay.
What else? Out accents, like Austin Butler's accent.
Fucking Austin
We're
Butler.
gonna talk more about this later, but it's out, babe. Out. You want to know also what I wish is out? Biopics.
Yeah.
Let's come up with a different idea. Unless it's the Barbara Walters movie. Now that is something I would watch.
Right.
What else is out? Ben Affleck, hopefully.
Fingers crossed. We're out here hoping. What else is going to be out? I hope the conversation about Nepo babies is out. I'm done. I don't care. They don't get it, and I'm tired trying to explain it. Also, and I'm tired of Hailey Bieber trying to make it quirky.
Oh wait, what did she do?
She wore a shirt
that said like, Nepo baby.
Yeah. And
I mean, but also like, what does she do? Where's the nepotism there? Because like, what does she do?
That's like the Kate Moss's sister, I think. Kate Moss's little sister came out with this whole dissertation essentially on Twitter about it, like how people are always coming for them, and like, you know, they put in work too, and everyone's like, babe, we were talking about the people that have done something. Right. No one knows who you are. No one. We're talking about the people that are working.
This is a serious question. What does Hailey Bieber do? Like, does she own anything? I
think she has a skincare line. Interesting. But the fact that I think it means it cannot be that successful.
I mean, I guess, was she ever a model? Did she model?
I don't know. I mean, she married Justin Bieber. That is what I know.
Right, but he didn't marry her because she's a Baldwin.
Who knows? We don't know that. We don't know that. Maybe the Baldwin names hold so much weight in Hollywood that we're unaware of.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't know.
Okay, here's the thing, a slight thing about the Nepo baby thing. I think I understand why people in Hollywood, Nepo babies in Hollywood, get the brunt of the conversation, because you can see them on your TVs and in your movies, but like, there are Nepo babies everywhere in every industry,
every single one.
And the other thing is like, I also can't blame, like, if my parents were actors and I grew up in that world and I was fascinated by it, I mean, I would also want to be an actor. And the other thing is like, here's why I feel like we can't call someone like Blue Ivy or a Northwest, although sure, they're Nepo babies, they are people who are born into such fame that what do you expect them to do? Go get an office job? Like,
sure.
I mean, right? So no matter what they do, someone's gonna be like, "Well, you got there because of your parents." Well, no, no shit, Sherlock. Like, what did you want me to do? Not have those parents? It wasn't my choice.
And I think if they just got that part, if they understood it, then this wouldn't even be a conversation worth having, because obviously the situation is, of course I got there because of my parents, and
Right,
of course I took every advantage. And that's where it should end. There's no more discussion. I say you got there was a privilege in where you were born, who you were born from, and like all this stuff, and you say totally, and then
right,
that's it. Then there's no more, because that's really it. And I think the frustration that comes from an audience is the fact that they don't understand it. Their whole thing is immediately to, not they as a whole, because there are people that do get it, but like Jamie Lee Curtis and like all of these people that come out with well, Jamie Lee Curtis, you're racist, and I already have beef with you, but they come out with these statements of like, I had to put in work and I had to, everyone's like, right, but you were 50 steps ahead of everyone else, and I just need you to acknowledge that, and
right,
then we can move on.
right. That's all.
and
That's it.
and then and they don't, and instead they're like, but I had to. Okay, well then,
I mean, it just
cool.
honestly it just goes to show how fragile egos are because it's like
So fragile.
just well, I mean, whatever.
Yeah,
No one's gonna, it's not like we're gonna stop casting Jamie Lee Curtis in movies. I mean, she's probably gonna be nominated for an Oscar in a couple of weeks. Like, I,
unfortunately.
you know. Um also also sometimes I think that like you're there is something within your DNA that gets passed on to your parents that gives you specific attributes and talents. Whitney
Totally.
Houston, the greatest singer of all time, is a nepo baby. And
Hmm.
like, what a shame would it have been if we would have been like, sit down because your mom is already a singer and she's famous. So
Yeah.
like, I don't know. Whatever. I guess if my child one day wanted to work in events, I'd be like, be careful of the people who are gonna call you a nepo baby.
Totally.
uh, they're making 80K one day, and all of a sudden it's like you're so successful. Really quick, other things that are in for me that have nothing to do with pop culture. Living, live, laugh, loving. Let's bring live,
Mm,
laugh, loving back. I want to do that.
I love that.
Um, saying no to hookups when they are 35 miles away and don't want to drive to you. That's
Yes.
very in.
Yeah.
Um, what else is in?
Rom-coms.
Oh,
Reese Witherspoon is coming out with one. I'm waiting on you, Cameron Diaz. Um, I think they're back. I think the people that made them so beautifully, Sandra Bullock, Julia Roberts, Reese Witherspoon, I think they're slowly coming back, and maybe not fully on rom-coms, but I think they're bringing in the wave, and I think it's going to hold on for a bit. I'm hoping, because I love a rom-com.
I
Give
know
me
you
the
do.
cheese.
I know
Give
you
me
do.
the corny. Give me the cringe. I am obsessed with it. I want more really good rom-coms, and rom-coms with leading actors that you wouldn't think of, that are doing something completely different. Like, I would love to get Jonathan Majors in a rom-com. He's doing action, he's doing boxing. Get him away
He's
from
doing
that.
Marvel, is what he's doing. I just saw
He's
the
doing
trailer for
Marvel.
Ant-Man. Yeah,
Yeah.
looks spectacular. By the way, I know you're not a
Yeah.
big Marvel fan, but
Right.
are you gonna watch that?
I mean, I don't watch anything Jonathan Majors is in.
Okay, him and his big old titties.
Absolutely.
Lord have
Jesus
mercy.
Christ. De Noche Huerta would be a great rom-com lead.
Hmm.
There's so many people. Glenn Powell, I think, is going to be in a new rom-com. It
With
was just
Sydney
announced.
Sweeney. Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Which
Yeah.
I'm look, we're gonna tune in anyway. We're gonna tune in anyway. We're going to tune in anyway. So again, I think we're gonna get a new wave of them.
I love that.
Very excited. I hope that they're good, and I hope that they're more like, I would love to see Stephen Yeun in one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Or Aldous Hodge in one.
Mm-hmm.
I want leads that you just wouldn't, that aren't doing rom-com
Right.
shit.
Right.
but just put them in it and they'd probably be charismatic as fuck. Andrew Garfield.
Right. Romance is in, everyone. It is
I'm getting
in.
worked up. Mm-hmm.
In. What's out? Action movies. We don't want that anymore.
Yeah, I'm over it. I'm over it.
Boring movies. We don't want that either. Finally, what's in for me? Being detached. I saw this lady on TikTok say that she has lived a good life because she lives slightly detached. And I think that I live slightly detached as well. And so I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep that energy. That energy has been in, is in, will be in.
Wonderful.
Okay. Thank you, Jaime, for the question. If we had more time, we would have been a little bit more thoughtful about it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what's one fan mail without another? We got two pieces of fan mail. So this one's a little bit longer.
I can't wait.
Here we go.
Hi, you mean Chisme? It's me again, the voice, Alex. Just checking in because I recently learned about, I think, a story or something that happened in Adrian's romantic past that I think any real listener and fan of this show should be aware of. I think we are all very familiar with Adrian's personal trope that he has never been in love, and then some kind of like statement about being a hoe and getting his DMs, whatever. But the point, the emphasis being, woe is me, I've never been in love. Well, you would all be surprised to know, actually, that there's somebody in his past who I'd like him to tell us about that was in love with him. And if I... All right, Instagram cutting me off, but there was somebody who was in love with him, and I would like Adrian to kind of map that out for us. Give us more details here. Tell us about this love affair that never was. And then, for the both of you, I'd just love to hear your thoughts about, in a broader sense, does this constitute love? If somebody is in love with you, were you in love once? And I don't mean I'm in love like it came from you, but would you describe this as love if somebody who you dated loved you? Would love your thoughts. Thanks always, Alex.
First of all, Alex, you should not be driving and sending in fan mail at the same time. Okay.
Oh my God.
I mean, rude. You can't tell anybody anything nowadays. Okay.
I can't wait to hear it. Tell the audience immediately, please.
Here's the thing. I think I've told this story on the podcast before, and maybe it's back in the Tres Leches days. I'm pretty sure I've told it on Me Chisme days. I'll do it again. First of all, let me set this scene for you. New Year's Eve, by the way, this past New Year's Eve, I was having a wonderful dinner with Alex. And then we were going to go get cookies and bring them back to my apartment for everybody else that was here and whatnot. The cookie place was closed, by the way. It was supposed to be open till 1, and then they closed that whole shopping center down. So we couldn't get the cookies. I was very upset. For those of you who want to know, we did end up getting cookies a week later. Anyways.
Love that.
Alex and I were talking about, as we do many, many times, about relationships and love and men and whatnot. And I had shared this story about this man that I had met when I was, this was in like 2014, October 2014. I had come to LA. I was living in Riverside at the time. I had come to LA. My best friend Jaime was already living in LA. Was he? Yes, I think he was. Anyways, we went to a tennis show. You know the band Tennis? Have you ever heard of the band Tennis, Julie? No. And they're great. They're really great. We went to go see them at the Troubadour. And I had posted a photo on Instagram of that show, which, by the way, the band reposted on their Instagram. You've heard this story.
It's all coming back.
Yeah. See, and so I had posted this photo on Instagram, which the band reposted, and And at the time, Instagram was still kind of on the newer side. It was exciting. You could DM people now. You could search by geolocation. And so it wasn't the most abnormal thing to get likes from photos of people who didn't follow you. So this one man liked my photo. I clicked his profile. I was like, oh, this man also went to the tennis show. How fun. Didn't think anything of it. I must have liked his photo too. He DMs me. And he continues to tell me that he saw me at the show. He thought that I was beautiful and sexy and handsome or whatever. And then he also told me that he liked the way that I walked. And so slightly creepy, but I was like, okay, it's kind of sexy too. And anyway, so we started talking. His name is Carl. And Carl and I hung out a couple times. He lived in the Valley. Don't know where he lives now. Don't know anything about this man now. I guess I just ruined the story. Well, I guess I've never been in love. So anyways, he drove out to Riverside a couple times, maybe 2 or 3 times. He came out with me and my friends to West Hollywood at one point, he spent the night in Jaime's apartment one time with me. I had invited him to come to this free Alabama Shake show. By the way, Alabama Shake's my favorite band of all time. Jaime and I have seen them like 5 or 6 times. And they were going to do this free show. We all got tickets, but then it was one of those things where it's like, it's not guaranteed. Anyways, I didn't know he was like madly in love with me. I didn't know how to digest somebody that being that into me. It was new to me. And so I just didn't know how to do it. But I was like, okay, get out of your head, chill out, take it for what it is. Here's this man who's cute and handsome and he's really into you and blah 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 blah. Anyways, long story short, well, let me tell you one other thing. Before we had ever even met, he posted on his Instagram I don't remember what exactly the photo was, but it was either the caption or the photo was lyrics to a Lauryn Hill song. Lauryn Hill and D'Angelo, they have a song that's called Nothing Even Matters. It's a beautiful love song. And I said, that can't be about me. I've never even met this man. We hung out, blah, 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 blah. It was right before Thanksgiving. He came over to Riverside. We went out. He spent the night. He left that morning. When he left that morning, I thought to myself, I never have a desire to see this man ever again. I just felt it in my soul. When he was leaving, I just was like, I could never see this man again and I'd be completely okay with that. And so a couple days later, he texted me. He's like, so are you like, what's going on? Are you still into this? Because I think I had probably detached myself a little bit. And I was like, yeah, actually, I don't think that this is gonna work. I just don't think we should see each other anymore. And he said, that's cool because I didn't really like you anyways. Which, I mean, could be true, but I'm going to take it as untrue.
The audacity of
a couple days later, he had deleted that Lauryn Hill post from his Instagram, which led me to believe that it was about me.
Right.
And then a couple days later, this is back when Snapchat was like popular, right? It still is, but whatever. He had posted a Snapchat. And I feel vindicated in my feelings because he was doing something stupid while he was hanging out with his friends and driving somewhere. And I was like, ooh, I made the right decision because like I couldn't be with somebody that's like that immature. And in my hearts of hearts, I knew that it was about this immaturity level that I couldn't get it. We were the same age, by the way, but I just couldn't get into it. And I've never seen him ever since he left my apartment. But interestingly enough, 4 years later in 2018, he showed up again. How? I matched with this man named Frank on Tinder. And Frank and I dated for a couple.
It's all coming back to me.
Yeah, Frank and I dated for a couple of months. And before I had met Frank, this was also around like Thanksgiving, Christmas time. before I had met Frank, we were chatting and we were trying to like find a date that would work for us to meet up to go on a date. And at this particular day, he was like, "Oh, I'm at my best friend's holiday party, his company holiday party." His best friend happened to work at DreamWorks at the time. And I knew somehow I either still continued to follow Carl on Instagram or whatever. I don't know. So, but I knew that Carl worked at DreamWorks. And so he's like, "Interesting, somebody that I just met here knows you." And I'm like, "Excuse me? How is it?" First of all, Frank, who are you telling and how do they know that it's me? He must have showed them pictures.
Right.
How
cute though.
Huh?
How cute though.
Sure. I mean, I'm not ugly, I don't think. And so,
of course you're not.
So, they're showing, the men are showing all their friends what I look like, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So then he's like, but he wouldn't tell me who it was. But I know the only person I know who works at DreamWorks is Carl. And Frank was telling me that this person was talking shit about me. What he said exactly, I don't know. I think there's a couple things he could have said, but which I'm not going to repeat here. But that was Carl coming back into my life 4 years later.
That's so crazy.
To wrap up the Frank story, Frank and I ended up going out. We went out on a couple dates. Very nice man. The first date that we went to was at this like gastro pub sports bar kind of place. I had corn dogs, and I met one of his best friends. He came over to my Golden Globes watch party, and soon after the Golden Globes, he invited me to go to the same place that we went to on our first date. And when I got there, he already had a tequila soda, which is my drink of choice, ready for me. And then he's like, "I don't think this is going to work out." Which I wasn't completely heartbroken over it, because I also knew in my heart of hearts that this wasn't going to work out. Or I don't know. My detached mindset maybe doesn't allow me to fully fall for these men or something. I don't know. That's something for a therapist and I to discuss, or for all of you to therapize me. Huh?
Remember when we ran into him?
Oh my God. And so then a couple weeks after Frank ended the relationship, Julie and I and a couple other friends were going to go to West Hollywood, Flaming Saddles, for a drag brunch. I happen to live closest to Flaming Saddles, so I got there first. And I was trying to find a table. And the only table that was left was a table outside on the patio for this big group that we had. So I'm texting everybody and I'm telling them, "Okay, there's a table, but it's on the patio, blah, blah, blah." I'm standing there and I look up and I look at the table next to the one that I was standing at, and it was Frank sitting with his friends. I immediately ran outside.
I love it.
I immediately ran outside and then waited for everybody, and then proceeded to, of course, that's where we had to sit because it was the only big table. And I'm sure he saw me at some point. I knew he was there the entire time. I got wasted. And at the end, and then after the drag show, everybody like starts to get up. We're starting to move. They're like transitioning the Flaming Saddles into like more of a bar thing. And I could tell Frank is saying bye to his friends. And I'm like, we have to say something to each other. Like, we can't just ignore each other. And so he hugs one of his friends and we make eye contact, and he comes and he sees me and I'm like, "Are you drunk?" And he's like, "No, I'm not drinking."
And he's like, "Me neither." I don't know.
Anyways, and that's the last time. Actually, I was gonna say that's the last time I saw Frank, but that's not true. I saw him not too long ago, within the last 6 months, at Precinct in downtown LA. He was leaving and I was arriving, and we crossed paths on the stairs, but I don't know if he didn't notice me, and I didn't say anything because at the time I was like, "Wait, what?" And that's the last time I saw Frank. But Frank was from the UK and he was rich. And he took me to a restaurant. You want to know how I know he was rich?
Missed opportunity.
He took me to a restaurant. And who was at the restaurant? Ryan Seacrest. This was just a casual brunch, by the way. And then he also told me that his family was visiting and they were going to go hang out with family friends in the Hollywood Hills. And who was their Hollywood Hills friends? Katy Perry's lawyer. So,
Wow.
you know, what I didn't want to spend the night at his place. So he's like, fuck you. I also don't think that his friend liked me very much.
Oh.
But I don't know what was I going to, I don't know. I felt uncomfortable trying to be like up that man's ass. I'm not gonna be up that man's ass. I don't know him. Anyways, all of this to say, I told Alex I was never in love with Carl. I've never myself experienced love. Yeah. And then he's like, oh, but you've broken hearts, haven't you? And I was like, well, it's not my fault that these men fell in love with me without even knowing me.
You are just a human.
Just a human. To me, it's hard for me to process falling in love with somebody that you've only known for that long. And maybe they wouldn't call it love. Maybe Carl wouldn't call it love. Maybe he was infatuated with me. I don't know.
Maybe.
But he definitely felt something much more serious than I. And also maybe I'm missing a part of the story that I told Alex. I don't know. But if I myself am not in love, I'm not in love. And if they are, I'm sorry. That's not my problem.
I agree with that. I think if you as a human didn't experience love, then you weren't in love. If someone experienced love to you, at you, with you, that's something that's completely different. Like, right. I love Colin Farrell. Are we in love? Are we in love? Alex, because by your standards and definitions, Colin Farrell and I are in love. And honestly, though, I kind of dig that. So maybe I'm going to go with your definition from now on. But in reality, I do think that if I am not the one that experiences it, we're not in love. It's like, well, you're feeling love. And I'm feeling loved. So thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. But for those of you who are new, I've never been in love. I've never been in a relationship. I'm 34 years old. There are some of us exist. Is it because I live a detached life? It could possibly be that. Will I fall in love this year? I don't know. Am I open to it? Whatever the universe wants to throw my way. With that said, have I experienced love? Absolutely. There are a lot of people that I love. Alex is one of them. I love Alex. Mm-hmm. And so,
who's another one?
Oh, you.
Oh, okay. I'm just wondering. I was just wondering if there's
Julie, I love you.
I love you too.
Oh, thank you.
Stop it. And Alex, we're in love in this situation. We are in love.
It's reciprocated.
If Alex loved me and I didn't love him, if Adrian loved me and I didn't love him, then he'd be shit out of luck. But thankfully, we're both in this together.
Yeah. You know who we should have on this podcast? Carl, come on the pod. Would love to discuss.
You bring Carl, I'll bring my friend that ghosted me 8 years of 8 years. And we'll have a blasty blast, the four of us.
It'll be a lot of fun. Carl probably has a lot to get off of his chest.
He probably does. If he's still talking shit on you, he probably does. Yeah.
Anyways.
Wow.
Well, listen, if you would like to send us fan mail, please send us a voice memo at You, Me, and Chisme on Instagram. We'd be happy to play it on air. Okay. Special moment here at You, Me, and Chisme. It is time for the first of the year. It's time for the Pop Culture Pop-Up. First up on the Pop Culture Pop-Up. Very sad news that we just got right before we started recording.
Yeah.
Lisa Marie Presley has died at the age of 54, apparently of a cardiac arrest, a heart attack. She was just at the Golden Globes 2 nights ago on Tuesday. She was there while Austin Butler got his award. I mean, this is insane. Lisa Marie Presley, who is the only daughter of Elvis Presley. I forget what's the mom's name? I forget. Is it also
Priscilla?
Priscilla
Mhm.
Presley. I mean, this is crazy. It's crazy to see somebody that was
wild.
just on TV 2 nights
Mhm.
ago, and now they're dead. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
It's sad. It's sad. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, she was very young.
54.
So crazy. And I agree. I mean, yeah, I saw the interviews that she did, and I mean, she looked fine, phenomenal. I mean, the way things happen sometimes are, it's the same with like Leslie Jordan, it's
Oh my
like
gosh.
so wild. These when people pass, and honestly, the older we get, the worse it's getting. It's like every 3 months we get a new one, and I'm quite frankly over it.
Right.
I don't want to know about anyone else's death, but very sad, very sad.
So sad. And so unfortunate for her daughter, Riley. I don't want to butcher the last name, but Riley Q. And I don't know if is that her stage name?
I don't
It
know if
might
it's her
be.
stage. I don't know if she's married. I don't know what it is, but she definitely doesn't go by Presley.
Right. And and I was reading before we went on air that she lost her brother. Riley did
Yes.
not that
Yeah.
long ago, and now her mother.
Mm-hmm.
So sad.
So
Sad.
sad.
And while we're on this topic, over the holiday break, Barbara Walters died at 93.
Yeah.
For those of you who are longtime listeners of You, Me, and Chisme, nobody gets me going like Barbara Walters.
Yeah.
I love Barbara Walters.
Yeah.
I think she is incredible. I attribute my strong my strong passion for asking questions to watching a lot of Barbara Walters interviews. I watched all of them, the 2020 episodes, the Oscar specials, the most fascinating people specials, and then don't get me started on The View, because I'm a fan from the very beginning. To imagine, I mean, to me, it's what everybody else said. It's so true. It's like, it's crazy to be alive, to be able to see the first and experience that, right? Not that I was alive when she was the first female anchor on a nightly news telecast, but I am of age to be able to know and comprehend and understand Barbara Walters and her impact. And it's just crazy. I mean, it's just, now she hasn't been on TV for a while, probably since like 2014, I believe. She retired from TV. And I believe, I don't know this to be true, but I believe that she had some health issues towards the end of her life that prevented her from really doing much. But the girls on The View came back and they paid tribute, and yeah, I mean, one of a kind, incredible.
Wow.
One of a kind. Do you have anything to say about Barbara, Julie?
Very sad. It's very sad. I don't know much.
Yeah.
But I know impact.
Right.
And she had huge impact.
Right.
So it's I mean, it's very sad. But again, as we get older, inevitable.
Right. And Barbara lived a long life. A long
life. Yeah.
Full life. Yes. Also, just goes to, so somebody posted this about how like Barbara Walters and Martin Luther King Jr. were born the same year, and it's like to prove how
So
we've
crazy.
been tricked to think that things have happened a long time ago, when really they haven't happened that long ago. Anyways, R.I.P. to all the legends.
Yes.
Next up on the Pop Culture Pop-Up, you have not been able to turn on the TV without seeing Prince Harry on the TV.
Jesus Christ.
Um, Prince Harry needs no introduction. I think we know why he's in the news. Julie, what are your thoughts?
What mess. The messiness of it all. I am eating it up like it's my favorite hot Cheetos. I am loving every minute of it. He said, "Let me tell you every intricate detail that I have held secret." And I said, "Turn up the volume. I would love to hear it." He is real. He's like, Camilla turned my room into a closet. We begged our dad to not marry Camilla. You know, for the longest time, he thought his mom was actually alive.
Okay,
Oh,
let me stop
that's
you there
heartbreaking.
because that was the
Okay.
part that really kind of was like this man is living trauma. Okay.
Yeah.
He said in his 60 Minutes interview, that's the only one I saw so far, that for a long time, he really, really thought that his mom had faked her own death so that she could disappear and that there would be the day where she would come and get her, Harry and William. I mean, how sad is that?
And what pulled him out of it?
What?
Having to see the crime scene
Right.
report and the crime scene photos. And
Right.
that's when he finally
Right.
realized. And he was like 20.
Yeah, he went to Paris for the first time, Paris, France, and asked whoever he was with to take him to where it happened because he said he wanted to make sure with his own eyes that at the speed that they were going and the way that the tunnel was set up or whatever that it could actually happen. And then he asked to see the photos of the accident and of his mom, and one of his advisors like begged him not to see the photo of her face or something, and I think he only saw a photo from of behind of her head, which I mean I don't know Prince Harry, but like how traumatic would that be for anybody to see a gruesome scene of somebody, of their mother? I mean, it's crazy.
It's so crazy. I love the tea. I love the tea. I do. And I think that it's great that he's like, you know where the problem was? Kate. Kate didn't get along with Meghan. Kate didn't like Meghan. And that grew the rift and grew the rift and grew the rift. And now it's what it is, and possibly irreparable after everything he's saying. But I mean, granted, I think everyone deserves a chance to take charge of their own narrative, especially I mean, not to say especially, but celebrities who have been taken advantage of by the media and don't have a voice for the longest time. Like Pamela Anderson is releasing her own documentary about her life in her words with her voice. That is so important. So I think, you know what, Prince Harry, do what you got to burn it all to the fucking ground, my man. Say your truth, let it out. I don't care. Right. But also I don't prescribe to the idolization of the monarchy. Like that's not something that I prescribe to. If I was from the UK, would I think differently? Maybe, right? Maybe because you're conditioned to think a certain way about certain things. Not to say that everyone does, but maybe I'd be that person. But right now, tell me more.
Right.
Tell me more. Tell me everything.
I even watched the Netflix special. Did you watch it?
Absolutely, I did.
Okay.
Absolutely. Just tune the fuck in.
I watched all 6 episodes with snacks, by the way.
Oh my God.
I didn't mind it, to be honest with you. I enjoyed it. Okay. Here's the pickle that I have here. I don't understand why people are so like why they hate them so much. I hear a lot
of called racism.
Well, no, yes, I agree.
Yeah.
But even like in America, there's a lot of people who don't like them. And I think that there is probably a campaign that is coming from the royal palace to make them unfavorable in this current situation that they're in. The thing that I don't understand is why people are like, you asked for privacy, now you're telling us, and now you're everywhere, and blah blah blah. I personally don't think that they asked for privacy. I
don't think they did either.
I think that they asked for the British media to stop spreading these huge and dangerous lies about them and about Meghan. Nobody was saying don't talk about us. They were saying hold on, talk about us, but don't write racist articles, untrue articles. The whole thing with her father is crazy, by the way.
Insane.
Her father and her, I always thought that her and her father had a broken relationship. Untrue. They were very close up until she started dating Harry. News broke about that. And then the media got to him and basically said, we're going to give you all this money to do what we want you to do.
And he did.
And he did. I mean, that to me is crazy that you would sell your own daughter for money. It's wild. What is that white lady's name that used to be on Fox News, and then she went on the Today Show, and then she failed really bad at that?
Megyn Kelly.
I watched a video on Twitter the other day of her like railing against Meghan and Harry, like, and blaming Meghan for the fall of Harry, by the way.
Of course.
And I just was like, why are you so angry? She was angry. Like, I've never seen somebody angry about it. And I'm like, first of all, let's talk about how you at one point were the hottest ticket in town, and NBC paid you a lot of money to go to NBC, and you were about to drop this whole conservative act to become the next Barbara Walters. And guess what? You suck so bad that they fired your ass. And now you had to go back to conservative media. And now you're putting on this charade of like, I hate Meghan and Harry. I don't get it. Like, it was rage coming from somewhere where I'm like, why aren't you outraged about something that really matters? Let these people tell their own story.
Go outside.
I mean, it was wild to me. The one other something about the name Meghan McCain. She left the View, and now she writes a column for the Daily Mail. And let me tell you how fickle these people are, how much of a spine these people don't have, and how much all of these people, Megyn Kelly, Meghan McCain, will do anything for money, just like Meghan Markle's father. Because on The View, Meghan McCain would talk about Harry and Meghan in a positive light. And Meghan McCain is like, I love that an American woman is in the British royal family now, and blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. All of a sudden, she's writing for the Daily Mail and hates Meghan and Harry. Who did Meghan Markle sue and win against? The Daily Mail.
Say it.
The Daily Mail. So, ladies and gentlemen, when you are out there reading something from, say, a Meghan McCain, who is, I hate Meghan and Harry, they're just complainers. First of all, you want to talk about a complainer? Literally, this gets me so riled up, because literally the worst person on television, she could not host a show. She doesn't know how to host a show. That's why everybody started to hate her, because she was so terrible to work with. Anyways, the Daily Mail basically said, you want a job here, then you need to talk shit on Harry and Meghan because we hate them. And she's like, okay. Ugh. Oh, nasty people. Nasty. Anyways, listen, I love it too. Tell me all about it. I want to hear every single little detail about this family. Every single one. How they're all fucking crazy. And the fact that Harry and Meghan are using the media to tell their story, to me, doesn't matter, because we've all learned that the royal family, that's literally what they're obsessed with. They're obsessed with putting out these stories in the tabloids. He said, we wake up and the tabloids are out on the breakfast table for us to read.
Yeah.
William and Kate, first of all, Kate probably couldn't fathom that here was this other woman that had more of a personality than she'll ever have.
Yeah. That's what it was. I'm
It's
convinced of it.
100% what it was.
Yeah.
100% what it was. Anyways,
Mm.
I could do a whole special on this. Should we?
We should. We should read his book
Okay.
and then do an episode.
Now that's a book club I want to be a part of.
Okay.
Okay. Yay. Next up on the pop culture pop-up, Ben Affleck has been working at a Dunkin Donuts. And if that's not the greatest thing I've ever heard, then I don't know what is. Granted, it's probably for some kind of role
Promotion.
or some kind of promotion thing. You know what happened? Jennifer said, "You're married to me now. We're going to make money, honey.
Yeah.
Okay. Take advantage of what you're doing." She set up this whole deal for him, I'm sure. Did you see the photos, Julie?
Of course I saw. They're fucking everywhere. Yeah, I saw the photos. I'm sure it's some sort of quirky thing. They're trying to be cute, relatable, adorable. I don't buy it. I don't see it. I'm not here for it.
Listen, longtime listeners of You, Me, and Chisme know Ben Affleck, not invited here.
No.
And
do not come on the pod.
And what definitely is not invited is that horrid back tattoo that he has.
Can you
if he gets that removed, maybe we can have a conversation.
We'll think about it. We'll think about it.
Now go get me my coffee. Jen was there too. Did you see that? She took a photo with him. Yeah. I mean, it's just so
what is happening?
This man is an Academy Award winner.
Yeah. Which is even, let's not even get into it. That's even shocking, but alas. Yeah.
Right. A 2-time Golden Globe or Oscar winner, by the way.
Jesus.
Ugh. Anyways. The Golden Globes happened this past Monday. Julie, I know you didn't watch.
I didn't.
But I know that you know all about what happened.
Absolutely, I do.
Your highlights?
Absolutely. First of all, Colin Farrell won. Colin Farrell is 2-time Golden Globe winner. He won Best Actor in a Comedy or Musical, which we're not going to get into how confusing that category is for the movie that it was for. But he did win, and that's what matters. What else happened? Michelle Yeoh for Everywhere, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. There we go. What is his full name? K.
I'm gonna pretend to know how to pronounce it, so I don't want to embarrass myself.
The beautiful gentleman, also from Everything Everywhere All at Once. Yes. He's phenomenal. I am so sorry. Come on the pod. I want to have him on the pod because he seems so genuine, so humble, so appreciative of everything that is happening for him. Very exciting. Regina Hall. That's it. Jennifer really Coolidge.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Perfection. Jennifer Coolidge's face when she's walking up to the stage, and Colin Farrell, of course, like the gentleman that he is, literally pushes a man out of the way to offer his arm to her. Her face when she notices that it's Colin, we are the same person. We are shock and awe, probably wet a little bit. I was her, she was me. Wonderful. I didn't watch the entirety, and from what I'm hearing, the buzz, I didn't watch the monologue. I don't think it landed.
Well, it wasn't, I think, what people were expecting. There was no like jokes at the celebrities. It was really a monologue about the HFPA, the organization that puts on the Golden Globes. And basically Jared Carmichael, who I love, by the way. Mm-hmm. I talked about when he released his special on HBO last year and how he came out on the special out of the closet. He basically was like, he said, "I'm here because I'm Black." And then talked about when they asked him to be on the show and what that experience was like. And I thought personally it was very poignant. I thought it was very real. I think it made a lot of people in that room uncomfortable because they don't know how to talk or listen to these types of things. I give him a lot of credit. He came on at one point in one of the time when he's like introducing presenters, the 2 guys that were there from Top Gun Maverick. He was going to introduce them. And he came out and he's like, here are the 3 Golden Globes that Tom Cruise returned last year after the whole Golden Globes controversy about they don't have any diversity in their group and blah, 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 blah. And he's like, I have an idea. How about we trade these 3 Golden Globes in to find out where Shelley Miscavige is. And Shelley is the wife of the head guy of Scientology, who has not been seen in years.
Mm-hmm.
And he talks about her a lot. I mean, who's number 2 at Scientology? Yeah. Tom Cruise. So, I mean, I applaud him. I thought he did great. I think he made people uncomfortable, which I think is always fun. And rightfully so, because Scientology is dangerous and hurting a lot of people. And so call it out. I mean, I don't care who Tom Cruise is. If he is aiding and abetting this cult, then he should be called out.
Right.
And the 2 guys, the guy, Jay Ellis and Glenn Powell from Top Gun Maverick didn't know what to say or what to do.
Of course they didn't.
It was delicious.
I love that.
One thing that I'll say about the Golden Globes, listen, I say this with the utmost respect for award season, because I love award season. I love it, and I will watch all of them. But I think it's funny that we skipped a year and now everybody's so honored and love to get a Golden Globe. I love it. The other thing is like the weight that people put on the Golden Globe, I think is funny because it's 100 people who don't work in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, who are these
100
people?
old people?
Who are they?
Yeah.
It's so funny to me. Because it's not like the Oscars or the SAG Awards, where it's like the people who actually do this work voting for these awards.
Yeah.
It's these random reporters who happen to report on entertainment. It's so funny. The other thing that I appreciate, I want to be very careful about this. I love MJ Rodriguez. I love her. I think she deserves all the flowers in the world. But there's something just so funny to me about Ryan Murphy getting up there and saying, everybody stand up for her. It's like, to me, it doesn't come, it's all so performative and it doesn't come from a genuine place. And I so appreciate the sentiment, and I'm happy that it made her feel loved, because she deserves it. But it just is just funny to me. It's just so funny to me.
I agree.
I don't like Ryan Murphy, so I don't know.
I agree on all fronts. I'm not a huge fan of Ryan Murphy anymore. I don't think I agree that it was performative, but I don't put too much weight on it, because I think it was more important that it happened.
Right.
Regardless of the intention behind it, I just think it was great to see that on television.
Absolutely.
And people got to see that on television. And I also agree that, look, last year everyone was like, fuck the Golden Globes, and this year everyone was like, where is Colin Farrell? Is he on the red carpet? And by everyone I mean me.
Right.
Me. I'm part of the problem.
Watched.
Yeah.
So am I. I watched it.
I wasn't invited to watch at Adrian's house,
well,
but you know what?
Nobody.
It's fine. No, it's fine. You don't have to. It's fine.
It was on a Tuesday.
You don't even need to. It's fine. I'm not even upset about it. Okay.
Okay. Well, the Grammys are on February 5th and the Oscars are March 12th. So mark your calendar and let's see if you actually show up.
You know what, bitch? I will fucking show up, and I'm gonna wear this t-shirt right here.
Okay.
I'll be tuned the fuck in.
Uh-huh.
Another moment.
See it when I'll believe it when I see it.
Two things I want to know. One, almost it was very close to a deal breaker to find out that Colin Farrell was a fan of Blonde. He was a fan of Blonde.
Okay.
And
did you watch that clip?
Of course I did, because I watched his acceptance speech, and he says Blonde made him cry, that closing shot. And no one's perfect. No one's perfect.
I mean, I thought he just wanted to, like,
that's what a lot of people thought. And this man is so in touch with his emotions that I personally didn't see it. I mean, I'm not saying that he wouldn't. cut to a week from now, Darmas and him are gonna be walking to Dunkin Donuts themselves. But he did, it felt sincere to me, but I've watched a lot of Colin Farrell movies. I'm like, this is just how he talks.
For those of you who didn't watch, when Colin Farrell won his award, Ana de Armas had presented it to him. The first thing that he does is he looks at her and he's like, by the way, I loved Blonde. And then he starts describing this scene and really was really into it. And if I was Ana de Armas, I'd be like, what else do you want to know?
If I was Ana de Armas, I would have fucked him right then and there. Are you fucking kidding me? You're going to compliment me on this stage while you win an award? I'm sucking your dick right now.
The really funny part is that when he finished his speech and he was getting, pushed off stage, he wanted to walk with her, but she still had another award to present. I hope that they had a lovely conversation and a drink somewhere.
I hope they did too. I'd be jealous, but I want what's best for everyone involved. So absolutely. That was a great thing. And also it's, guys, it's hard to see other people living out your dreams. It is. So when I saw the clip of on the red carpet of Andrew Garfield and Amelia, I'm going to butcher her last name, so I won't. Amelia, she went viral when she interviewed Andrew Garfield at the Met
the Chicken
Gala.
Shop girl.
Chicken Shop girl.
Okay, let me tell you something about Chicken Shop.
Tell me something about
obsessed with her.
It's so
I watched
good.
all the Chicken Shop I don't even know if Chicken Shop is the actual name. I watched all the Chicken Shop YouTube videos when I was during the holiday break. Obsessed with them. I love her. It's so good. Yes.
And her and Andrew's chemistry.
Yes.
I can only wish to get a small percentage of that if I ever get in a room with Colin Farrell. I just want a little bit of what that feels like, just a little bit. It's magic. It's pure magic. So and good. It fills me with joy. I have seen that clip of them on the red carpet has been from different accounts, has been popping up on my TikTok and my Twitter and my Instagram. I have every single time it pops up, I am watching, I'm tuned in, I'm loving it. I love it. If you have yet to see it, please look up Andrew Garfield and Amelia, because they were at the Met Gala together, and then now they were here. And
somebody was saying that British flirtation doesn't get captured on camera a lot, and that's the prime example of it. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it.
So good.
Anyways, well, finally on the Pop Culture Pop-Up, Zoey 101, the movie is happening. Julie?
I'm so sorry we're ending on such a low note, guys. Jamie Lynn Spears continues to get a platform. I am so disappointed by this news. And look at you, curious Nancy's. If you guys don't shut the fuck up and do not watch this show, so many people are like, I'm just gonna tune in because I'm curious. Do not do that, because that's how she continues to get a platform. Because so many people tune in just to see. I'm gonna listen to her interview just to see if. Shut the fuck up. Do not watch the show. First of all, okay, before the whole Free Britney thing happened, Jamie Lynn Spears, I hadn't heard of that fucking name in ages, by the way. But also, the one time that I did hear it was because she was in Sweet Magnolias. I beg you guys to look up scenes with her in them in Sweet Magnolia, because I don't know what she's doing, but acting is not it. It's not acting. I don't know what she's doing. I don't. She's not a good actress. Here's the thing: all of the charisma in the genes went to Britney. Sorry, babe, you didn't even get a leftover of it. You got nothing. You are not charismatic. You're not a good actress. You're not a good singer. It's not happening. So it's very disappointing that this has happened. Look, for everyone else involved, because a couple of the cast members are coming back with her. I can't even really say I blame them, because I don't recognize any of their names, so I can only assume that they're not working. So they're probably like, let me get this check. Fine. The real shame, look, Paramount Plus, if you didn't have all 700 seasons of Survivor, I wouldn't open you on a fucking tab ever in my life. And I can't even say give you money, because I technically don't give you a dime. It's Adrian's money. It's Adrian's money. But disappointing.
I've never seen Zoey 101. I'll never watch Zoey 101. would not be able to tell you the first thing about Zoey 101.
And bitch, do you know what they're gonna call it?
What? Zoey 101 the movie?
Zoey 102. Are you?
Ugh. Lord have mercy.
God. Oh wait, really? Oh no, never mind. Sorry, I'm gonna make it my azúcar. I was gonna
Okay.
add a topic, but
Got it.
I'll reel
Okay.
it back.
That is going to do it for the Pop Culture Pop-Up. We'll be back next week with more Pop Culture Chisme. Julie, do you have a Latinx spotlight for us?
I do, and it is bittersweet. I hate to tell you, Mayans will be canceled after season 5.
Mm.
It's depressing because like we don't get that level of hot men on TV anymore. Okay. JD Pardo, Clayton Cardenas, Manny Montana, they're all in this show. They're all looking beautiful all the time. Sometimes they're even shirtless. And Jesus Christ, do I rewind those scenes over and over again sometimes. Very sad. You know, Mayans was a spin-off of Sons of Anarchy. It's based on a motorcycle gang, a Mexican motorcycle gang. So this was a win for us. Thankfully, what it's looking like, I've read some tweets from the main actor, JD Pardo. According to him, he says he's going to elaborate a little bit more when he has some time, but it's a creative decision. Everyone agreed to it. This is going to be the end of the show. They're ending it how they want to end it, which is good in a sense. They're not getting cut off mid show, mid season, mid story, which is nice. So if you have a chance, go on Hulu. They have all the seasons. Go on Hulu and watch. It's a really good show. The storytelling is really good. The acting is phenomenal. The eye candy to die for. So, Mayans, after this season that they're currently filming, they're filming. That's why JD in his tweets is like, I can't elaborate right now because I'm in the middle of season 5. But when he gets some space, he will express more. So they're currently finishing up the season, which is bittersweet.
Incredible. Awesome. Okay, time for some azúcar. I will go first. My azúcar this week is I watched a movie.
Stop the presses. Everyone stop what you're doing and pay attention.
I watched Glass Onion. I really liked it.
New movie?
Yeah, I watched a new movie.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
I know. I was at a friend's place the other day, and there was a group of us, and they wanted to watch They wanted to play Blockbuster, the game. I mean, I was.
You're like, I would fail. I don't even want to play. I'll just sit in the back.
I did have one good round, but I was useless most of the time.
Wow.
Anyways, Glass Onion, I loved it. It was so good. I wanted to watch it in theaters, but you know, Netflix, so whatever. But I thought Janelle Monáe was spectacular. At first, I was like, okay, where is this going? How have you seen it?
Yeah.
Okay. At first, I was like, where is this going? What's happening? And then, you know, parts started to reveal themselves, and I was like, oh, okay. And I really enjoyed it. It's a good movie. It's a good popcorn movie. I hope they make more of them. I think Daniel Craig is spectacular.
I agree.
So good. He's so good that I think that's why the movies work so well. Spectacular. If you have Netflix, you can watch Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery on Netflix.
So good. It's a really good movie. Janelle Monáe.
Yeah, she was spectacular.
Jesus Christ. My azúcar is, I don't know if you guys have heard, but if you haven't, I'm going to break the news to you. Minx has been picked up by Stars. Minx got picked up. If you guys remember, HBO Max canceled Minx. I was heartbroken. Truly. Honestly, I think about the cancellation of Minx at least once a week, and I get very upset about it. And I was like, this is my new Smash. You know, Smash got canceled. I still think about Smash. That was canceled like years ago, and I still think about it. Okay. And so thankfully, Stars, no one pays attention to Stars, but they have some really good programming on there. Blind Spotting is on there. Tune the fuck in. So and they have another one. P Valley is on there as well. P Valley is such a good show. Anyway, they not only are they premiering season 2 on Stars, but they also will have season 1 that was taken off of HBO Max. So that's the way to go. You can get a little bundle on Hulu, add Stars. You can get a little bundle on Amazon Prime and add Stars. Either way you want to go, you can watch the show. Minx is a really good show. Be prepared though. If you watched Euphoria and you were like, damn, that's a lot of dick. This is gonna blow you out of the water because this is dick times 100. So just be prepared for it. But it's just a great fucking time. Jake Johnson, hairy chest, long hair,
Oh,
right up my fucking alley.
you love a
Oh,
new girl alumni.
I fucking love it. I love to see it.
Okay, excellent. I love it. Thank you, Julie.
Thank you.
Well, that is going to do it for us. Our first episode of 2023. We did it. It's in the can, as they say in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to manifest wonderful, powerful things. I hope you'll manifest for us as well.
Yeah.
Make sure that you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at You, Me, and Chisme. You can send us fan mail whenever you want at on Instagram at You, Me, and Chisme. You don't have to voice it in. You can type it out if you don't want your voice heard to millions and millions and millions of people. We are international here at You, Me, and Chisme. And yeah, make sure you like, rate, subscribe, review, do all the fun things you could do with this podcast on the internet. Leave us a review. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like and review and subscribe. Okay. There's new things that you can do.
Yeah.
YouTube. And make sure that you share this podcast with somebody you love, somebody that you have a crush on, somebody that you want to sleep with, whoever it may be. Share it with them and they'll thank you forever.
Yeah.
But until and then we'll be back. We'll be back next week with more Chisme. But until then, make sure you have lots of love, lots of peace, and most importantly, lots of Chisme in your life. Bye.
Bye.